Welcome in, everybody, to the Ross Colton Draft Review, Free Agency Preview, Special Summer Slam Showdown. Yeah, we weren't able to do some stuff after the draft, and with the whole Ross Colton trade that morning, it was just kind of we missed a lot. So we're not gonna do a whole lot of recapping on those. I mean, I feel like those things are kind of. I mean, Ross Colton's interesting, but we can talk more about him later. And the draft, I feel like, I don't know. We're not the biggest draft knower guys. So we're just gonna be like,
I don't watch 18-year-olds play hockey in my free time. I just don't do it.
Yeah. Exactly. So
okay.
All right, so let's go in order of events. So let's go Ross Colton first.
Okay. Ross Colton, good player.
Yeah, for a second round pick.
Good player. Yeah.
That they got for Alex Newhook.
Okay. Let's go through his fancies. Pretty good play driver. Not the best defender. He's gotten a little worse every year at shot suppression. Now, I think that's just role, honestly. He had a very clear cut, fourth line role, grinder role his first year. And then the last 2 years, he's been sort of on that third. He's been kind of fluctuating between them, and he hasn't had, the best line mates down there for Tampa Bay. He's mostly been dealing with, Patrick Maroon and Corey Perry and these dudes who,
Corey Perry's kind of
aren't the best at hockey. Corey Perry's actually still pretty good, yeah, which is weird.
That's something I expected.
Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, some of these guys. So he does finish at a pretty high clip.
Yeah, he also switched to the wing last year for a lot.
And he was worse at the wing. He was better at center.
Yeah, which I mean isn't a surprise, really. I feel like.
And I think he'll be a lot better too if he is playing in a system that is faster, and because Tampa Bay never asked him to carry the puck out of the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he can because he's skilled enough to, and I feel like the Avs are going to ask.
Yeah, it like he definitely seems like a guy that I don't know, just be weird, yeah, definitely, I agree. I mean, I don't think that he's going to be forced to do it, but he's definitely going to be asked to do it. Like you said.
Right. So he had 12 points in 30 games his rookie year with Tampa. Then 21-22 had 39 points in 79 games. And then last year he had 32 points in 81 games. He had 22 goals in 21-22.
Yeah, pretty good goal scorer.
Yeah.
Really good on, he's a pretty good power play guy.
Yep, good at faceoffs as well.
Good at faceoffs. Yeah,
scores a lot of goals. Right,
him and Rye Joe are both good at faceoffs. Yeah, he's really tough. He's a really physical player.
Yeah, he's a pest. I mean, I can't count the number of tweets I saw from Eastern Conference people who are like, "Thank God, Ross Colton is."
Yeah, Steve Dangle practically threw a party.
His was one. I forget. There were a few more as well. So that I saw. So that's good.
That is good.
That can't be bad, right?
Right.
And we watched that series. He can mix it up a little bit. He's got some game. So excited that he's an Av. For a second round pick, that's great.
Yeah. And obviously they have his RFA rights. We'll see what the contract is.
Mm-hmm. I'm imagining it's somewhere in the 3 to 5 year range, around $3 to $3.5 million.
Yeah, and the longer the term, usually the lower the money. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be done soon. Now you want to get to the draft?
Yeah. To be honest, I was a little surprised the Avs made both of their first round picks.
I was too.
I think a lot of people were. But I don't know. It was a an interesting draft. Given what I've read, I'm actually kind of fine with it. I know there's like it's like a weird mix of how people feel about Callum Ritchie.
Yeah, it is a weird mix.
I don't know. I understand it's like the OHL. It's not like, oh my god, he's not like playing against men or anything. But putting up a point per game with a separated shoulder, whatever the hell he had, that's not easy work.
No.
And
I mean, a lot of people said he would have been a top 10 pick if he
he was projected to be
wasn't
top 10
injured.
before.
So
yeah,
in this class, which is a stacked forward class, like it's pretty good.
Yeah, someone said he was like he's been like the best player in Ontario, like of his draft class up until this year.
Yeah.
And I watched some highlights. He's a really smart player. He fills in gaps really well. I like he doesn't really have like a real weakness. A lot of the stuff that I've read said that like his compete is a little low, and I think that's something that like, and he has some consistency problems, and both of those things I think can be like at this current moment be like you can definitely like kind of maybe chalk that up to an injury or like the injury, you know. But I'm not going to knock a guy's compete who played months with a shoulder injury. Yeah, that was one of the weird things where I was like, yeah, but also no, like that doesn't, the math doesn't add up. But I don't know.
Yeah, and like I've played hockey before. Like it's hard when you're a smart player like he is. It's hard to. I mean, you don't have to check at 100% every single time up and down the ice. Like
exactly.
If you're in the right spot, you don't have to. You're already checking your guy, kind of like you don't have to compete super hard. If you're in the right spot, which that kind of sounds about right to me.
Yeah, he's definitely been described as a really smart player. It's a good two-way center. Like one of the things that I read said like he's got shades of Joel Eriksson-Ek, which would be if he turns out to be like close to Joel Eriksson-Ek, that'd be a great pick.
Great.
I think I don't know. I'd like I want to see him how he does when he's healthy. I'll definitely be excited to see him at Dev Camp and stuff. And then we can move on to the other first round pick, Gulyayev. Yeah, no, I've heard like a bunch of different ways to pronounce it.
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
This was definitely their like
this was the Avs pick that ever Avsed. Yeah.
I mean, everything about this guy is just Avs.
Yep.
And it was funny seeing everybody be like, oh, of course the Avs got this guy.
Of course the Avs got this guy. God damn it! How did we let him? How did we let them get him? So.
Yeah, I bet they would have preferred if the Sharks had taken him and could have gotten Quentin Musty, but you know.
If the Avs got Musty and Gulyayev or whatever it is, that'd have been good.
Yeah, and I still think
Richie's still great. So
yeah, I think Richie. I don't know. Yeah, I think Richie will be.
That's fine.
Good. I don't know. He's got like that's the thing is that you know I've heard some people say he doesn't like have a standout skill, and it's like well like
doesn't need one, man.
He's smart. Like if you're smart and you're like passable at everything, like
you can max out at a point per game center. Like you can. You see it like Nick Suzuki. Eriksson-Ek.
Exactly. And I mean, he's not like he doesn't lack skill or like he's a really good passer.
Yeah.
He's got a decent set of hands on him. It's not
good
like
shots.
Like Patrick Kane, but he's not,
right.
You know, Curtis McDermott. Solid shot. Yeah, no, I have really good skater.
Super skilled defenseman, great in transition.
Yes. Yeah, really good. He's like really good skater from what I've heard and seen. And then there's the later round picks. Some
Russian defensemen.
Some Russian defensemen with like an absolute rocket of a shot.
Pretty raw. And then the kid they got in the sixth round, sixth round, the defenseman from Seattle. Yeah.
He seems interesting.
Overager.
like, I'm surprised he fell that far because I know he's an overager, but like, I don't know. Everybody's like, yeah, he's just kind of like, just really well rounded, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why did he fall to the 6th round? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Avs took 2 overagers. Where like you look at like the
Mhm.
stat sheet and you're like, how did these guys fall so far? You know?
Yeah, they're just trying to jump the development.
Yeah, which I think is smart.
So, yeah. Then the last guy is just a forward, big forward from Russia. So nothing really to talk about there.
I think he's Slovakian actually.
Yeah, my bad. And then tomorrow, big day. It's like a holiday, right?
Yeah, man. Well, it's actually technically today, right now.
That's right.
It's literally just now.
So, what do we think?
Should we get into it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got our big boards here. So I asked Blake for his top 5 forwards, and I put my top forwards and defensemen. We'll start with the defensemen because I feel like that's like, you know,
Yeah, mine are in no particular order.
One spot to fill. Okay, mine I put in a little bit of an order, but this is Blake. So we got Scott Mayfield, Jack Johnson, Ethan Bear, Calvin DeHaan, and Mike Riley. So Petey is the potential deal. Don't look too heavily into that. That's just like what like our random ass guess. Like we don't.
This is just my random guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have their stats. Yeah. So you can already tell Jack Johnson 83 games played.
Yes. So yeah, I'll just go through these. So Scott Mayfield, I don't know if the Avs will be able to get him just because that price tag. I think it's going to be the exact same deal as Josh Manson.
Yeah, I would
maybe he might even make a little more. It might be 4x5. It might be 5x4.5. Who knows? I think it's going to be in the 4 to 5 range for 3 to 5 years, somewhere in there. Scott Mayfield, he's not a great skater. I just love how he plays hockey. I don't know. Just very smart.
Yeah.
He wins net front battles. He's pretty good in transition. He's not afraid to just flip a puck out. Very reliable and steady. So
yeah, I have Scott Mayfield jersey, so that's cool. Yeah, no, he's that exactly. He's just a good defensive defenseman. Like if you put that guy on there and you have him for 4 years, then your defense is just it's best in the league by like without a doubt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something the Avs really need to do because of how expensive he is and what they already have. Like if it's between this guy and like an actual like top 6 forward, I'm going to take a top 6 forward.
You take the top 6 forward. Yeah.
But like if they can't, if like it's only like if they have the money to somehow do it, then why the hell not, man?
Yep.
Also,
and then next 3 guys here, or next 4 guys really, are if the Avs kind of want to take the cheaper route.
Yeah.
On that 6th defenseman. Honestly, I think they need 2 defensemen because right now Curtis McDermott is your number 6.
Yeah.
So I think they need 2. I think Jack Johnson is just an easy slam dunk. Just a good guy to go get.
Yep.
Fits the system. You know him well. Everyone loves him. Probably one last year for him.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
yeah.
He's played the best hockey of his career, probably in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
Although he did have some good moments earlier in his.
Yeah, Columbus. Ethan Bear, he's one of my favorite players to watch. I know he had shoulder surgery, so he's out until December, January, somewhere in that timeline. But he's a really good player. I think he would fit Colorado perfectly, just the way he skates. He's a really good skater. He's really steady. He's not the most physical, but he can do that. He's very competitive, all ends of the ice. Makes the right play every time, really. Just one of those guys. And
I don't. If they sign him to a 1x1, do they still have RFA rights or?
Don't think so.
Okay, I don't know how
but I'm not sure.
RFA rules are weird.
And then Calvin DeHaan, he got replaced in Carolina last year by Jalen Chatfield and then Shane Gostisbehere. But he was pretty good for them. He's just classic defensive defenseman. Except his underlings are a little bit better than, say, a Jack Johnson. So he's just probably a more analytically savvy move there.
He's he's kind of one of those nothing happens on the ice kind of guys.
Yes. And he's not a great skater, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Gets hurt a lot too, which isn't great either.
Did play 53 games, so
yeah, last year he didn't break. So
yeah.
Totally.
He just got it was just like the
And then Mike Riley, he only played 10 games for Boston last year because Boston's defense was so stacked. Now they're buying him out because they need some space, but he's a good defenseman. He's not a perfect player, but he drives play pretty well.
Good underlings.
He has good underlines on both sides, so
yeah. Wouldn't be a bad guy for the Avs to take a
pretty good puck mover
on.
Yeah.
Definitely the type of guy that the Avs could. God damn it! Why is my computer doing this?
So
where the Avs could just be like, "Hey, our team's good. You should come play with us, and then next year go get paid."
Yeah,
because he's 29. I don't know if it'll be 30, but it starts. Mine is going to be pretty much the exact same. I added Carson Soucy and Kevin Shattenkirk. Carson Soucy is I think I might have undersold him a little bit on my deal. I think if the Avs sign him, they're going to get him for more than 1 year. From what I've read, I was kind of in a rush, but big defenseman, and Gabe Landeskog's dad, so he should come here. So that way, he's not getting dunked on by Gabe Landeskog all the time. Really, he's 6'5". He's huge. Smart puck mover. He's like a puck. Yeah, him and Shattenkirk are kind of like a little bit of the same. They both move pucks. Shattenkirk's more offensive. I guess they're not really.
I don't know. Soucy's not the best puck mover.
He's good.
Okay.
He's a solid puck mover for your third pairing.
He's not going to skate anything out.
No.
See, I just like Mayfield better than Soucy.
Yeah, I just think Soucy's a more realistic option. Like Soucy is Mayfield light because he's older and I think Soucy's going to get probably $500K less than Mayfield on the same term. I think he's a little worse. He could. I don't know. I'm not really. I don't think Soucy or Mayfield is going to be on the Avs. To be completely
I don't either. No.
Yeah.
I just don't think they can afford.
I've just heard a lot of stuff with Soucy, and he's a good defenseman. He's a good defensive guy, but he won't he's not like Patrick Nemeth who just can't do anything with the puck.
No.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The Kevin Shattenkirk one's interesting because I actually completely disagree. I think Kevin Shattenkirk's horrible.
Really? He put up some solid numbers last year on a really shitty Anaheim team. He could still move the puck pretty well. I know the Avs talked to him a lot.
Those underlings are not that bad.
Yeah, for Anaheim.
He's pretty good on the PK as well. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'd be down for that. Yeah, sign me up.
Bring Kevin. Yeah, you get rid of EJ, then you immediately replace him with Kevin Shattenkirk again, dude.
It'd be great. Be fine with that. And he's got some point. He had a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely a little bit better of a puck mover than some of these other guys. Yeah, sign me up.
And then
Calvin. I didn't realize his underlines got way better last year.
I didn't put Ethan Bear on there just because of the injury, but I am totally on board with Ethan Bear. Because you just stash that guy in LTIR until he's ready. But yeah, no, same thing with Jack Johnson, Calvin DeHaan. I kind of ranked mine a little bit, mine are in an order. And Mike Riley, I just think he's just put up. I mean, you put that guy I don't know if he's like a high end third pairing defenseman.
I think he's just a third pairing.
I think he's just been
as of right now. We kind of just don't really know because he's playing much.
Yeah, because it's fucking
Boston. He's getting put on waivers by Boston because they're so rich back there.
Well, it's not so much that they're rich, so much that they don't have the money. It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah. Because he was making 3 something.
Yeah,
So.
he's not a big goal scoring guy.
No, he's just a guy who
He
will
scored
push
12
play in the
career
right
goals.
direction. Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
6'1", solid size too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so that's, I mean, defense, as long as they don't do like something stupid, you know, like defense should be a pretty easy fix. You just kind of like, yeah, you spend like there's so many options to go. I know like there's some people who, I mentioned it before, you know, Matt Dumba, Ekman Larson. I don't really think that that's what they need or should go get. I wouldn't be like,
so either.
I wouldn't be like mad about it, but I wouldn't like.
I might be about OEL, depending on the number.
To be honest, I think it should be Jack Johnson and one other guy.
I think it should just be Jack Johnson and like some guy who's right-handed.
I just think it should be Jack Johnson and Ethan Bear, to be completely honest. You sign Jack Johnson, play him as your 6th guy until Ethan Bear's healthy, and then you bring Ethan Bear up. And
then when someone breaks, just put McDermott in, I guess. I don't want to watch him play hockey anymore.
What defensemen do the Avs even have in the AHL right now? Because they don't.
This is me hitting myself already just at the thought of Curtis McDermott playing hockey.
Get Wyatt Emmett in there.
Actually, I think he might be okay someday.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Sam Malinsky. Sam Malinsky minutes.
Sam Malinsky. Maybe.
Sam Malinsky's actually kind of fun. All right, now we'll move on to the fun stuff. Now we'll move on to forwards. Now this is where it's really going to get interesting. So this is Blake's forward big board.
These are not in any specific order.
Yeah.
I
put
think
all for Evan Rodriguez because that's what he would play here.
Yes. But yeah, so Daniel Sprong, I think, is just probably a 1-year thing. I think he's just always been kind of one of those guys who gets 1 to 2 year deals, and I don't think that's going to change after not being qualified. 46 points in 66 games last year, didn't even get qualified. Seattle, I guess they're just scared of the arbitration.
Yeah.
Would not shock me if he just goes back to Seattle. Is a really good
no, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know.
I
mean, if I were him, he's got an opportunity to test the open market and make some money.
I mean, I would throw $4 million at him for 1 year. I really would.
He's he had a pretty good a really good scoring year for himself, but like he didn't shoot anything ridiculous.
He's just always
been. Yeah, he shoots
a lot too.
He's been one of the best rate scorers in the NHL.
Just very underrated.
He never got minutes, you know.
And it's a lot of it's at 5v5 too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on both power play and 5v5. 21 goals. He's decent playmaker too. 25 assists, right?
Yep.
So I would give him $4 million for 1 year, and call it good. That's like Andre Burakovsky.
Yeah, take someone back from Seattle for once. They keep taking our guys.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just gonna sign like JT Compher, and
yeah.
Doesn't JT Compher?
I heard it's Detroit or Nashville.
Yeah, they're not gonna sign Compher. I mean, their center depth is pretty set.
Yeah.
So
and then next guy is Connor Sheary.
Yeah.
I was looking at his underlings. They're not the best, but he's kind of a jack of all trades.
He's
small. He's fast. He's very competitive on every shift.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of he's like the little engine that could, and sometimes he's the little engine that couldn't. Like
he's like
just out there.
Skilled Logan O'Connor.
Sometimes he's just out there, like in it. He has like a little bit of TJ Tynan in him. Remember TJ Tynan, where it would look like he was trying so hard, but he just couldn't do it. So he looks like he's trying really hard, but sometimes he just doesn't accomplish much. But I think he's a pretty good player, and he drives play pretty well. He doesn't play much defense. But I don't think that the cap system the last few years has been designed for him. So he was really good in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah.
in a faster play style that would fit him here. And like 2x4 or something.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty good middle six guy.
Yeah. Next one, big center. He plays wing too. Morgan Geekie. I was looking at his fancies as well. Not the best. He's big. He's a little bit of a gentle giant. Doesn't really we saw it in the Seattle series. He doesn't really throw the body around very much.
Yeah.
But he puts up some points for a depth guy, and he's a pretty good skater for being that big. And I mean, I don't think he costs much, maybe $2 million tops. It's a pretty good guy to go get for your third and fourth line, I think.
Yeah, no, he's definitely skilled.
Yeah.
He ain't got
He's actually one, sorry to interrupt you, but
No,
he's one that I don't see him going back to Seattle, actually. I think he was a little bit miscast there, and I think they have guys that they want to play.
Yeah, they didn't give him a lot of opportunity. Yeah. Yeah, then we got the other two.
Erod. You guys know Erod. I think he's going to get I think he's going to get either 3x4 from a good team, or if he wants to take a little extra cash, he'll get a 4x4, maybe a 3x4.5 from a desperate team. But I want Evan Rodriguez back really bad, and I would be sad if it couldn't happen. So.
Yeah, Evan. So you're gonna notice I didn't put Evan Rodriguez on mine, even though he's probably at the top of my list. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't see
it.
I just don't see it happening.
That's fair. It's low chance, but I would really like to see him back here. And then last guy, Pierre Engvall.
This is a guy that I wish I'd put on my list, but I didn't think about it until you said it. So
he's really good. He gets up and down the ice really, really well for being a big center. He covers so much ice. He's fat. He's a good skater. I think people undersell his skating. I think he's a really good skater. I if stops and starts, it's a little slower just because he's a big dude. But straight line speed, he's really fast, really beautiful stride.
Use those long legs.
He carries the puck too. He's not a great playmaker. It's just very smash mouth hockey. Succeeded with the Leafs in a sort of a medium play style.
Maybe he'll be an all-star here.
He could be. And then when he got to the Islanders, he was really good for them in that slower kind of more methodical play style. And then with the Avs, it'll be faster. So, and I think he would be totally fine because he's really, really good in the straight line.
And I mean, Geeky's more of a bottom six kind of guy.
I think Pierre Engvall could.
Yeah, but the rest of these guys are
definitely
middle six, more of a middle six kind of guy, which is definitely something the Avs are going to be looking for.
And I think Pierre Engvall is criminally underrated by the NHL, which is why I don't think he's getting more than $3 million tomorrow.
Dude, if the Avs can get him on a 3x3, I'd be thrilled.
Sign me up.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to mine really quick. So I also have Daniel Sprong. Same thing. Really good scorer. He's got really good underlying numbers too. Just a really good player. One of the most underrated players in the league. I got Max Pacioretty. Now, I like this. I don't hate the idea of Max Pacioretty just because of if it doesn't work out, you just put if he gets hurt,
okay, all right.
Yeah. If for some reason these injuries have just taken everything out of him and he just has nothing left in the tank, then that's just that sucks. But yeah, he played 5 games. He scored 3 goals last year. He's a goal scorer, and that's perfect next to a guy like Ryan Johansson. You need a guy, you need a shooter next to him.
Totally. My only thing with Pacioretty is
he's not his skating definitely
perfect. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but Ryjo isn't a great skater either, so maybe just have a slower line.
But Ryjo can keep up because he plays with that pace.
Yeah.
With his playmaking.
Definitely. I don't know. Max Pacioretty's a
It'd
weird.
Be fine by me.
He's if I were to choose a guy to be like a goal scorer, I might choose Vlad Tarasenko, but he's too expensive. Like, he's going to get way overpaid.
I also don't like him for the Avs.
I think he'd be fine on the Avs in the top 6. But I think he'd be fine. Like, I'd like to see it. I don't know if I do 2. I put 2 in there, but I think it would just be like a 1x2 or something.
I would only do 1.
But I've heard talks of it being like maybe 2 years, so that's why I put it in
I mean,
there.
if someone gives him 2 years, I feel like that's where he's going. So
yeah, no, for sure. Gus Nyquist is something that I've heard like a little bit about.
Underrated for sure.
Yeah, I've heard. I remember like back way like 2019, 2020, like stuff. There was talks about maybe like the Avs, him's like I think it might have been a deadline acquisition at some point or something. Good middle 6 forward. I mean, he's a vet. He's
yeah.
He's teams get him like, God, how many times has this dude been in the playoffs? When he was with the Wings, went to the playoffs a bunch. Then he went to the Sharks, went to the playoffs a bunch. Went to the playoffs with Columbus.
Yep, always been very good in the playoffs too.
Yeah, he had 5 assists in 6 games for Minnesota this year.
Yep.
Good playoff performer. Solid guy just to like round out a middle 6. Solid skater too.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think pace would be a problem, but I don't think don't think he'd be the best fit for the Avs. But I think he's a really good player. So if they found a way to get Nyquist on 2x3, 2x2.5, I'd really like that.
That'd be good
with that. Yeah.
And then I got Avs legend, everybody's favorite. Everybody in the fan base loves him, Tyson Jost. Not a big fan of Tyson Jost, are we?
Love the person. Apparently, he's a good dude.
This is like,
not for me, dog.
I think, to be completely honest, I just think like it wouldn't. I love Tyson Jost, so it would make me feel like happy inside that like we getting EJ's leaving, Comfort's leaving, traded Newhook, but now we're getting Tyson Jost back. Like it would repair a little bit of my heart, but I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be like, wow, this really sets the team apart. Like I don't know. I think it'd be a fine move. He's a solid. I mean, he puts up solid underlying numbers. He's a good penalty killer. If you want a penalty killing forward, he'll be cheap. He knows the system. Like he actually knows the system that like Patrick Nemeth and Carl Soderberg. Yeah, he is.
He's an 8th percentile penalty killer.
Oh Jesus. He was better here. Maybe he'll be better here.
He was still bad here.
Really? I don't know. I remember like him not getting put on the penalty kill and everybody being upset. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I just think he's this is like the Jack Johnson of your depth acquisitions on forward. Safe guy, nothing flashy.
Sure.
Yeah, man. I just see Tyson Jost. Get some love back in this team. I don't know.
I think I'm okay, but like I wouldn't hate it for a year.
Right,
it'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's 1 year, and like I don't know. If he had the same salary as Nico Sturm, he wouldn't. They wouldn't have been traded. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. So I don't think like the organization. That's right. Yeah, it doesn't like him or anything. I don't know. Tyson Jost doesn't seem like the guy to hold ill will towards anyone. So
no.
I'm sure the locker room, like everybody loves Tyson Jost, except for this random selection of people who like despise the man for some reason. It's the stupidest thing ever.
It's very random. People who don't like him.
It's stupid as shit. And then obviously I have Connor Sheary. Yeah. I way back before we did the before the draft and before the Newhook trade in one of my cat friendlies, I put Connor Sheary.
Yeah.
on my team.
It'd be fine. Just don't overpay for Connor Sherry. I would overpay for Daniel Sprong. I would probably overpay for Gus Nyquist. Hell, I might even give Pacioretty 2.5 for 1 year. But I would not overpay for Sherry. I would just like keep
There's
that
also
like
like
3.
another guy, another Connor Brown. I've heard some.
He's an Oiler. Don't even bother.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of Oilers,
Connor Brown's been an Oiler for a month.
there's some other guys. Like there's some guys that like they're not really the favorites. Kyler Yamamoto, Jonathan Drouin.
That'd be fine. Drouin would be great.
I didn't realize Drouin is shit at defense.
Like awful. Yeah.
One of the worst in hockey.
Yeah.
So
besides Nathan Beaulieu.
Well, and Patrick Kane.
I forgot about that.
Well, I think the only reason he's not even that good at it anymore, but the only reason Patrick Kane might be better at defense is because he doesn't play it as much. Because he's like actually has some puck skill.
He has the puck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have some over-unders for you if you're ready for
them. Yeah. Let's do some of these over-unders. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't. So like this is like a. We'll do these over-unders because I think what I'm about to say will be related to it. So let's do some over-unders.
Okay. I just have a few written down here. So I have Matt Duchene over/under $5.5 million on his next AAV.
He's gonna get over for sure.
Yeah. I'm at over, but I'm actually just like barely. I think he'll get like 6.
It is so funny that the entire like the Avs, if they hadn't already traded for Ryjo and Ross Colton, they could just bring in Duchene, O'Reilly, and Stasny as their like just run it back 2013-14 center group.
Yep. JT Compher over or under $5 million AAV?
I think over.
I do too. I think barely, but I think over. Same thing.
I think if it's Detroit or Nashville, I think probably barely.
Mm-hmm.
I think
unless they give
Detroit.
him like 7 years or something stupid.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go to Detroit because he went to school in Michigan. And
yeah, he could.
Played with Dylan Larkin.
Detroit just signed Andrew Kopp like
last year.
Yeah, isn't that the same person? Just left-handed.
Yeah, how do you not remember Andrew Kopp's on the team? Nathan McKinnon just bullied that man.
Yeah,
when they played this year.
Also, I was looking at Andrew Kopp's fancies for last season, and he was like 0 percentile in both.
Jesus.
I did like a triple take. I couldn't believe it.
Literally the only time I noticed him when the Avs played the Red Wings was when Nathan McKinnon bullied him.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise I was like, oh yeah, Andrew Kopp's on this team. Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Well, that's probably why.
Okay, next. Evan Rodriguez over or under on his next AAV, $4 million.
I think even.
I think over. How about this? I think I said this earlier. Over if he's on a bad team.
Yeah, over if he's not a bad team.
Either 4 or slightly under 4 if he's on a good team. Okay.
Yeah.
Last one. Unless there's more I can make up on the spot. But Avalanche trades. 1 trade tomorrow. Over or under?
Under. Like I said, I think it's negative trades.
You think it's no trades?
No, negative. Because they signed Tyson Jost back, so it's like a reverse trade.
I see. See, because I think there's going to be a trade. I think there's going to be 2 trades. I think there's going to be an AHL trade. I could stamp that guaranteed. And then I think there's going to be an actual real trade with the I think it's going to be Sam Girard and a 2024 first for some items.
I don't think they're trading.
Items.
They're not trading Sam.
They might.
I think they would have done it already.
Well, you know, it's the every other year July 1st thing. 2019, Nelson Kadri, 2021, Darcy Kemper. And it's like 5 p.m. Mountain Time that these trades go down. Can't see him. Oh, yeah, I see him. He's on his back. I think tomorrow, maybe it's just me like yearning for a gigantic trade, but I think tomorrow is. I think they're gonna do it. I think it's gonna be big. I think it's gonna be a big one.
Okay.
So, I think they're gonna get a top 6 forward.
Okay, I got one for you. Over under on Avs signings for the day, like actual Avalanche signings, not AHL. That doesn't count.
Not Eagles. Okay.
I'm gonna put it 3.
Okay, that was exactly what I was thinking. I think it's gonna be over. I think they'll sign 4 people.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I think it'll actually be under. I think
if they don't make a trade, I think it'll be under. Or I think it'll be over if they don't make a trade. I think it'll be 4 people. If they do make a trade, probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, we'll see. I was confused. I didn't know it was at 10 a.m.
acquisitions total, I think.
I thought I said I thought it was at 1. I think I got it messed up with the trade deadline.
Yeah. It's exciting times.
Yeah, how do you think I have this sickening feeling that this free agency is going to be awful? Because I feel
I think
I feel like the class all of a sudden got interesting today, and I feel like every team is is still going to be sorting that shit out, and the class is so bad otherwise. Like, I don't think Duchesne gets signed until Monday.
No, Duchesne will be unsigned for a little bit here.
Yeah, at least Monday. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a 2020. Is it 2020 or 2021 where it was like super slow?
Every once in a while, you just get it's just so super slow. And it sucks, but hopefully tomorrow at 10 a.m. we get Elliott firing him off.
Yeah, we already know that Ryan Reeves is signing a multi-year deal with the fucking Maple Leafs,
and we already know Connor Brown is an Oiler. So,
and Jonathan Quick is a Ranger.
He's a Ranger. That's right.
Because that matters.
There's no tampering at all. Not in this league.
Yeah, no. Tampering period.
This is a league of integrity.
So I didn't know the NBA free agency was today. That was nuts.
It was a little nuts. Brucey B's gone.
Yeah. At least he went out east.
Yeah.
Lakers fans.
He did get a bag.
Fucked. Dude, he got a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least, like, with Nazem Kadri, it was like, he's going to get a bag, but it's not going to be like, he's not like, I mean, he earned it, but it's not going to be like, he's not going to live up to that contract.
No.
Bruce, I don't think he will.
$22.5 million. No.
Probably not. But at least he's like young and like in the prime of his career where you're like, and it's only 2 years, so the Nuggets can just bring him back afterwards, so it's fine.
Sure. After he stinks it up.
He's not gonna stink it up.
I don't think he's gonna stink it up, but I don't think it's gonna be
Pacers
quite as good without Jokic feeding him dimes. So.
Probably. He's gonna be going for Nuggets are gonna bring him back for the 4-peat.
It was just weird. Like he couldn't shoot before he got to Denver, and then he got to Denver, and he was like,
well, literally, I don't like. I don't know. He was also terribly misused, and
yeah.
He was used as a center at one point in Brooklyn. Like, anyways, this is a hockey podcast. Any bold predictions for tomorrow before we head on out of here?
Any bold predictions?
Yeah, like a guy you think is going to sign up at make a weird signing, big trade maybe.
Big trade. No, I just want to see what happens.
What do you think is going to be the biggest deal of the day? If you were to make a guess right now.
I think, like in terms of AAV or length or both.
Yeah, both. Like combined, like total money.
Total money tomorrow.
Like, you know,
Dmitry Orlov for sure.
I think it's Orlov. My sneaky one is probably Comfer. Like if it's like a
Could be we're forgetting Ryan O'Reilly exists too. Like that guy.
Ryan O'Reilly does exist. I just
Mhm.
have no like I haven't heard anything about like where he could go.
Remember he was like the big one a week ago, and now like no one talks about him.
Yeah.
So especially in Avs land.
Where do you think he's going?
I don't know. Back to St. Louis would make some sense.
I would, yeah. Can't believe St. Louis didn't take a single defenseman in the first round, did they?
They did. They took Theo Lindstein or
Oh,
something.
right, their last pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are? I mean, some teams did some questionable things in this draft. I know people are not happy with what the Canadians did.
Especially Canadians fans. Poor David Reinbacher.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Leafs made a pretty bad pick.
They did. That was an interesting one.
The Wild made an awful pick.
My bad. I was watching the
worst pick of the first round. What do you think was the worst pick of the first round?
The worst pick in the first round?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but like, I really don't know. But like, that Leafs pick was really bad.
But the Wild
Wild pick was really bad. Oh my God. Nate Danielson at 9-10, not good. The Detroit, Detroit had, who did they have there? And they took Nate Danielson. Like they had Oliver Moore they could have taken. They had
Oliver Moore
guys. I can't believe Chicago got out of there with Oliver Moore and Connor Bedard. Just
imagine there's just
the draft.
I would feel so bad for Connor Bedard, but imagine there's just some hockey justice where like both of them are busts for the Blackhawks, and
that would be hockey justice.
Yeah, it sucks that it would be out on like one of the greatest talents, like
yeah,
or if we want to make it good for Connor Bedard, maybe he plays there for 2 years, realizes it's shit, and requests a trade.
Yeah, could do that.
He's not going to, but I very much doubt that Connor would. He just doesn't seem like that guy.
Okay. Oh, one last thing. I'm really tired. Time to go to bed. Blake Lizotte. I've seen like 4 Kings cap friendly pages trade him to the Avs for either a 5th or a 6th. And I just wanted to say, I'm down. Down for that.
You down?
Yeah.
Down to cloud with Blake Lizotte.
Add him to my forward list. Kings need to clear up some space. He makes, I think, $1 million, a little more. So, fine by me.
Victor Arvidsson.
Oh,
I'm still on the Victor Arvidsson train.
Hot take. Curtis McDermott is traded tomorrow.
I feel like that's like a lukewarm take at best.
Yeah, but like it's very well known how much the Avalanche love him.
That's true.
Traded.
If he gets traded, that would be shocking. I don't know.
Make it happen.
He's not a good
attach
player,
a pick to him.
But I do love Curtis McDermott, so it would be a tough year for me with the players the Avs lose. But
it would be awesome if they lost Curtis McDermott.
Hey man, those are my feelings. All right, well we'll get out of here. Free agency starts in less than 9 hours, so
or less than 10 hours. Do.
Yeah, we gotta sleep and then wake up. I was sleeping when they made the Ross Colton trade, so maybe they'll do something when I'm sleeping again.
I was too, but that was like some early business, man. That was
man. Well, that was what made me like as the day went on, I was more and more confident that they weren't going to trade any of those firsts because they made that trade so early,
right?
And it was just like, well, like it was clear, like I feel like they if it didn't get announced by the draft, which it obviously didn't. Like I feel like they wanted to get it done before the draft, and like once the draft started, it was just like
definitely.
I mean, there was no trades in that fucking first round at all. It was terrible. So, all right. Well, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Might do some post free agency analysis depending on what the Avs do.
Mm-hmm.
So, catch you later.